Well, Black History Month may be over, but for some people in Durkeeville, it isn't the end of advocating for mental health support in the Black community.
Stigma surrounding mental health starts to break down in some areas, and they want to make sure Jacksonville's Black communities don't get left behind. Renata Gregorio joining us live now with a story. Renata?
Good morning. Yeah, this is important, especially because there are so many collective traumas specific to the Black community, yet there aren't that many resources available in specific areas. So the people who I talk to really want to break down the barriers and change that.
A lot of us come from families where they don't believe in talking about our issues.
This is something these three want to change.
I go to therapy on a weekly basis.
We met at the Durkeeville Historical Society, where for Black History Month, they wanted to put an emphasis on Black mental health and well-being. Well, February is over, but for Larry Rencher with the Historical Society, Patrice Ross, owner of Moontide Wellness Studio, and Sean Davis, a case manager, advocating for mental health support in the Black community isn't over.
I often see the ramifications.
They're not just talking about personal traumas, but collective traumas of the Black community like racism and more. In Florida, twice as many Black people live in poverty than white people.
We've seen if you invest in people, especially Black people, it's not a waste.
Some changes they say are key that can be made right now. Talking about mental well-being, pushing politicians to invest in Black communities, and not being afraid to ask for help.
There is no shame in needing help if you have mental health.
The number of kids who've reported attempting suicide has gone up. We're going to talk about that, mental health specifically for kids. They talked about that a lot coming up in the next half hour. Live in Jacksonville, we're Renata Gregorio, First Coast News on your side.